what is actually really healthy for you, but most people don't realize it is.
Frozen fruits and vegetables. The modern flash freeze technique preserves almost all of the nutrients, and they are always picked when they are in season, so they are as nutritious as their fresh in-season counterparts, and more nutritious if it is not the season.
And as an added bonus, they're often cheaper.
Spending time alone.
The thing about spending time alone is, it's addicting. You get so comfortable with the silence and solitude that you can't stand the noise of other people, and when you're deprived from the noise for too long you start turning weird. Like ironing your clothes naked in the living room at 2 a.m. with only the light of an adjoining room weird.
Man, do I feel this. I prefer my own company to anyone else's, and it's made an isolated person. Particular when I travel, I want to go alone.
I despise how we demonize spending time alone as evidence of loneliness or isolation. I'm an introvert, and my alone time is what keeps me sane and willing to interact with other human beings when necessary. Doing literally nothing to decompress. Sometimes one just needs to breathe and look out a window. There are literally people studying this, and it's definitely important for many types of people.
Sometimes after the kids go to bed I'll sit in the living room and just stare at the wall, while my husband sits next to me on his phone. He thinks it's weird and creepy that I just sit there and do absolutely nothing. I think it's weird that doing nothing except thinking the thoughts in your head isn't considered normal anymore.
All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Blaise Pascal, said Michael Scott.
Crying. Oh man. What a high. Where my hombres at?
I love my mom for always saying, "Cry it out, and you'll feel relieved." Now as an adult, when I need to cry, I don't feel such shame about it. It's just a tool for processing my feelings.
My therapist took 3 sessions to really drill this into me, and I still don't cry, but I don't see it as bad as I did earlier. I had cried due to a heartbreak hitting hard, and I panicked and couldn't control it because I don't remember the last time I cried before that. When I told this to him, he was in utter shock, and rather than talking about the heartbreak like I wanted to, he explained how crying is and why I shouldn't freak out about it.
There are literally stress hormones type compounds being released with and inside your tears. You should always let it out, if possible.
Shocked that no one has said potatoes. They're one of the healthiest foods we know of, packed full of nutrients and vitamins and carbohydrates. They're nearly enough to live off of entirely on their own. It's the oil we cook them in that's the unhealthy part. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. They are amazing. Even the Irish left their country when they couldn't get any more.
Same with popcorn. People think it's a junk food, but it's actually quite nutritious, low in calories, and full of fiber. But then we go and slather it with butter and salt and artificial flavorings and make it unhealthy. But plain popcorn is quite healthy.
Nothing unhealthy about salt if you don't have an issue with high blood pressure. My mom cut salt from her cooking, and my dad ended up having low blood pressure issues.
Similar here, but the lack of iodized salt left me low in iodine, and I developed cysts on my thyroid. Doctors wanted to do surgery and take it out. I ended up putting salt back in my diet, and bada bing bada boom, the problem went away.
Admitting when you're wrong. We call that a relief-gasm over here. No need to be perfect.
It makes life easier too. If you buck up, PPL want to tear into you over it, to get a good rant going. But just admitting you were wrong or that you bucked up takes the wind out of their sails.
So sad. For me, I still feel that some people in my life are not only waiting for me to mess up, but will start talking about all my mistakes they saw or heard unless I shut them down. I want to admit my mistakes, but they will use that to spend the next hour complaining and ruin my image with anyone I am with.
I'm looking for someone to say, pizza. Someone please tell me it's healthy. Edit. Haha. Success. So many people making their own pizzas and they all sound amazingly healthy. Thanks for the suggestions, you're all an inspiration.
Yup. It's not the food, it's the quantity.
Sport during pregnancy. Actually, a lot of things are healthy during pregnancy, there's just too much misinformation. If your doctor explicitly says no sport, then yes. Do that. But if doctor says okay, then go ahead. How you think MJ got so good at basketball? Answer. 'Cause his mama was dribbling them balls.
My OB gave me the go-ahead to continue going to the gym during my pregnancy. I went to the gym 6 days, a week up to the day before I was to be induced, and the day after I gave birth. My doctor and the nurses ogled my placenta, said it was the most beautiful placenta they had ever seen, referring to the size and number of blood vessels running through it. Haha. I'm actually strangely proud of that.
Nuts. Specifically unsalted nuts. Many PPL think they're not healthy because they only look at calories, but they're high in healthy fats, fibers, vitamins, so good to eat 1 or 2 hands per day of them. Sure, not the whole bag at once, winky face.
Having a balance of being both negative and positive. Too much positivity is bad. You need to have a balance.
Oh Lord. Toxic positivity is insufferable. It's worse than negativity in my opinion. Surrounding yourself with yes men who only feed your ego might just cause you to buy Tweeterland to become the head, King Birdie. Tweet tweet.